Hi, I'm Kimo, and welcome to another Meaning in Minutes video. So I want to talk about the problem with fear. And it's quite apropos because a lot of people are living in fear from, let's say, this virus. Those are my cats running around. I am well acquainted with fear because I lived in fear for a really long time. In my early 20s, I started having panic attacks, and actually it reached to epic proportions where I even was afraid, fearful to be too far from home. There's something about, at least with panic disorder, when you start to feel the panic feelings, you just want to be home. I don't know why. I don't know if we could feel safe there. I don't know if we're somewhat embarrassed to be fearful in public because there's no actual thing that you can point to that is causing the fear. It just the body is starting to respond to fear, and there's just nothing there. Oh, here's Milo. Hi. What's going on? Say hi. Yeah. Okay, you can go play. So living in fear at that time, it's like a prison, and your mind is the prison, and it doesn't make sense. It's actually hard for me to go back to that time because I don't live in fear anymore and I'm not fearful. So it's hard for me even to remember what was going on for me to convey why I was fearful. So I can mention a few things that I think can fuel fear. I was not grounded in myself. I didn't have healthy, high self-esteem, so I didn't feel good about me. And I really didn't know who I was. I wasn't embracing my authenticity. So I was living a life that was pleasing to others, but it certainly wasn't pleasing to me. So I was squelching, suppressing, I guess you could say, my own true inner essence. I was squelching my true heart's desire. So I think anytime you do that, there's going to be issues. Whenever we're living contrary to our heart, problems are going to happen. A place that we can easily look to is relationships. When we're living contrary to our heart's desire, to our true essence, our authenticity, we're probably going to also have problems in our relationships. And that certainly was the case with me. So the person that I was married to in my 20s was making really poor choices. Actually, I believe he was borderline sociopath, definitely a narcissist. By being married to this person who was making these choices, I was spiraling down with him. But we have to remember that we have a role too, and the role, or what was meant to come out of that, was for me to realize this is not what I want. I don't want to align with this person, which is causing me to step into my own authenticity. So in a roundabout way, in this weird way, this person was a gift to me to show me to stand up for myself and be true to me, be true to my heart's desires, be true to my divine path. And so, yes, I did leave that marriage, and I needed to leave that marriage, but God just really impressed upon me that this person I was married to, was not going to change. And I would definitely spiral down, and I wouldn't be able to step into what I was meant to do, step into my gifts that I'm to share here, if I would have stayed with that person. So it was a great relief to leave, and I believe that was also part of the journey of releasing the fear. The more I stepped into me, the more I was not fearful. I also had a very positive attitude towards the anxiety that would grip me. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "Consider it pure joy when you experience trials of many kinds." There's many different ways to come to our truth and our authenticity and to live our gift. And one of those ways can be through sacred texts or writings or whatever. It could be a person that comes to you and shares with you a message. So many of these verses were grounded in me as a child, and they really helped me to elevate. I saw where I could take any opportunity, even my anxiety, and turn it around and see it as a way of me growing, stepping into myself. Turn a trial into joy. So the rest of that verse says that when you see trials as joyful, you are persevering. And perseverance must finish its work to make you whole and complete, not lacking anything. I liked the sound of that, to be whole and complete, not lacking anything. So if you think about it, how does one come to that place where they're whole and complete, not lacking anything? It's overcoming. It's overcoming things like fear, like anxiety. And so it starts here in your mind. You have to shift how you look at things. So even though it was super painful and hard, I started to look at my anxiety as joy. I'm joyful I have this because this is reminding me to pray. So I would pray. I'm guessing, it's hard for me to remember, but I'm guessing I took baby steps into believing and trusting that I could do it, that this was making me whole and complete. So you can see how powerful just these beliefs, looking at something differently, can completely shift you. So I guess I'm going to connect this to, a spiritual approach to life or to fear or to anything we're doing here on earth, because I have a really hard time if I were to only look at earth and see only things that happen here. That's pretty depressing. It is my beliefs, and I would say my more elevated spiritual beliefs, that help me do earth, help me through my time here on earth. Because let's look at, we all are going to die. It's just a matter of when, correct? Well, the earthly version of die, my spiritual belief system is that we never die. Our soul lives on. Oh, there's Juno. There she is. So if you do have a narrow focus that this earthly life is all there is and you're trying to get as much as you can out of it, that would be pretty depressing. That doesn't work for me. People die at every single age, 2, 10, 20, 90. Things happen. There's got to be more. And so I believe that there is more. And I believe that there's something so far beyond this. So if you look at life with a narrow focus, I can definitely see how fear would be more readily accessible, because I zoom back and I'm able to go, okay, there's a bigger picture here. Maybe this experience on earth is, we're just meant to grow and learn, and we wanted to experience it. And maybe we're meant to overcome this ego. That's what I believe. And those beliefs help me. And I have experienced great joy and peace. There's no price for peace. You can't put a price tag on having peace. Peace of mind, inner peace. No matter what comes, I have peace. And so that's the state of mind I'm in. And I think it's interesting that the world, the media, is pushing fear. So if they can push their fear and you buy it, who has the power? They do. They have the power. Anybody that has convinced you to be fearful wants control, and they want power. Now, I'm not going to be some conspiracy theorist. I'm just basically talking from spiritual values and from someone who has overcome fear. Am I being wise about not getting the virus? Yeah, because it's not fun. It's not fun to be ill. It's not fun to be sick. So I will be wise, but I'm not in fear. I'm absolutely not in fear. I'm loving my life and enjoying my life every single day. I find ways to love and enjoy my life. So everything is energy, and fear energy has a vibration to it. Love has a vibration. Joy has a vibration. And you know it's true. Because when you walk into a room with a bunch of people that you love, right, you can feel that. You feel the love vibration. If you walk into a room or you are meeting with someone who you're not feeling love from, you're feeling other negative emotions, it's a vibration that you can feel. So when you buy into fear, you're actually going to vibrate fear, and you will bring that back to you, because like energies like to commingle with like energies. And this isn't done for you to create more fear. What it did for me, this knowledge, it inspired me to face my fears. In fact, I want to say in 2011, my mantra was face your fears until you don't have any. So I faced fears. I faced my fear of snakes. I didn't want my fear of snakes. I live in the desert in Phoenix and I love hiking. I didn't want my fear of snakes to stop me from hiking in the desert. So I faced that fear and I hiked in the desert. And I didn't run across a snake until, I don't know, maybe 6 years later. And I'm walking along and I heard the snake rattling. And yep, he was coiled up and ready to strike. But there was enough distance between us because I heard his rattle. And so I had kind of a conversation with the snake. I said, okay, I see you. I know you don't want me near you, and I don't want you near me. And I thanked the snake for his rattle, for letting me know he was there. And so I walked around him. I'm not afraid of snakes. I won't say that I like them, that I want to be near them, but I'm not afraid, and I'm not letting their existence stop me from my joy of hiking and being in nature. So what actions can I take while I hike? Well, if I've got my earbuds in, I don't have my music or my podcast turned up so high that I wouldn't be able to hear his rattle. I have to be wise. I have a part too, so I'm going to be wise while I'm hiking, be aware, look where I'm stepping, and I'll be fine. There's so many fears we can have. We can have fears for our children, fears in our relationships. And I've got a really important course that I hope every single person on the planet watches. It's Heal, Hurt, and Trauma, Feel Your Feelings. And you'll find it on my website. It's HeartWorkUniversity.com. It's right there for you to watch. Because I discuss what I believe is actually the crux, the most important thing we must do here is to feel our feelings. So even the fear. Because if you don't feel it, if you don't acknowledge it, if you don't attend to it, guess what it does? It comes in and it stays inside. And then we suppress those feelings by numbing out. We can numb out with anything. We can numb out with social media, with drugs, with drinking, with overdoing anything, or even underdoing anything. So the goal is to work towards being in balance and to feel those feelings. And once you've felt them, once you've acknowledged them and gone through that process, which I discuss how to do that in the course, then it's out of you. And you just keep doing that practice. So the wrong way of doing it, and I'm going to say yes, the wrong way, is to pretend the fear doesn't exist. No, acknowledge that thing. Like, okay, talk to it. I see you, fear. All right. And again, the course that I'm telling you to go watch will walk you through how to feel those feelings. So let's talk about the virus. You don't need to be in fear of the virus. You can actually look at the positive aspects the virus can bring to your life, to our world. That's a great place to start. Gratitude diffuses fear. And then just, again, be wise. But if you can keep a vibration of love and acceptance and staying in joy and gratitude, that's the vibration you want, not the fearful vibration. There's another verse in the Bible that says, perfect love casts out all fear. Now, attaining perfect love, yeah, that's hard. So that's why, yoga calls it a practice. I like to use the word practice because I practice every day. I'm never going to be perfect, and neither are you. But I can practice every day. I can make mistakes every day, and I can pick myself up every day. Absolutely. There's an acronym for fear. Face everything and rise, or fear everything and run. You're going to want to face everything and rise, because you will rise when you face the fear rather than running away from it. It doesn't go away. I'll share with you a few things I did in 2011 when I had the mantra, face your fears until you don't have anything. I actually took 2 vacations by myself, one to British Columbia and one to Cancun, Mexico. Went by myself. Didn't have any fear, and I had an absolutely fabulous time. I met friends, I met new people. Now, again, I'm wise about it. I don't put myself in places or situations where I could be in danger. And I know you're all thinking, Kim, that's crazy. I trust myself, I trust my instincts, and I don't put myself in dangerous situations. I'm not out late at night. I'm not in scary places. I'm not doing drugs or alcohol. I honestly think that's probably a huge reason why people find themselves in scary, bad situations. Usually, drugs or alcohol is involved, and you're in places that are low vibration. A bar where everyone's drinking, you are in a low vibration place. I'm not saying you can never go there and have a good time, but just recognize that's where you are. There's a reason they call alcohol spirits. And when you drink or when you're on a drug or substance, you are opening yourself up to negative energies. I mean, think about it. Negative energies need permission, our permission. When we stay in our authenticity, when we're in tune with God, divinity, we're safe. We're absolutely safe. But when you open yourself up to setting that aside, yeah, negative entities could come in, but always know that we always have the power to say no. We have the power to say, get away from me. So again, there's no need to be in fear of that or those things. Be smart about it. I rarely ever drink. Now, I'm not telling you how to live your life. This is a video on the problem with fear. So now you know, and you can hopefully make better choices. Get right up here and go watch that course, Heal, Hurt, and Trauma, How to Feel Your Feelings. And again, that's at HeartWorkUniversity.com. Click on the online courses and you'll see a list of courses there. And they're my top foundational courses that I pretty much use with all my coaching clients. So they are there for you to grow and learn and be a bright light out there, to be love and not be in fear. Okay, I think we've covered this subject okay. Be blessed, be grateful. Think of 3 things right now that you're so grateful for. And I will see you next time.